Oh, yes. Yes, we are. You're in the show. There we go.
Hello, Luca. How are you today?
I am doing very well. How are you?
All good, all good.
Okay. Well, it's good to be back. It's summer. What's happening?
I'm just thinking if we could just like unblur our background.
Oh, yes. Unblur the background because it was a kind of funny thing around our head.
Yeah, so
Good to see you.
good to see you as well. How have you been?
Oh, I've been very well.
Okay.
Very well. Hot summer in London.
Yeah, it's almost coming to an end. I have a feeling.
No,
winter
it's the middle of August. No, we're good. We're still
there.
summer. Still summer.
Okay.
Now, hello everybody on LinkedIn. How are you? Why do we do these things, Mina?
So we can talk to everyone about our product. So obviously there's all those informal, formal communications that we have with our customers, with our partners, with anyone who subscribes to our newsletter, and we tell everybody all of the new fun things that we're working on and building. But this is just a platform for us to demo it ahead of time, so everybody gets excited, and then also share why we did what we did. So what was the thought behind it? What was the problem and how we solved it, and what we're sort of looking to develop in the future, the direction that we're going in. So it's a more informal way for us to chat with you guys and get any feedback and questions if we can.
Yeah, it's a great way because we typically go behind the scenes and we look at work in progress. It's also a way for us to test new concepts, I guess, you know, how we can express them. When we're under pressure, we're live in front of a massive audience. You know, the whole of LinkedIn is connected here to this live demo. Now, what's Vinton?
So Vinton is a tool that helps you keep your Salesforce up to date. So it makes sure that all of the data that comes from all of the conversation that you've had, it could be any conversation, it could be an in-person conversation that you recorded, a video call over Zoom, Teams, Meet, or a conversation where you cannot let a note taker in, or a conversation where you just forget to add a note taker and you want to drop a note into your CRM. So what our goal is to make sure that your Salesforce is up to date, so your data is in your Salesforce. And
why is that important for our clients?
Because data is the goal for everyone. So the one problem that you would have in this AI era, where everybody's looking into having different agents and creating different agents, getting different information about from an opportunity or a contact or an account in terms of Salesforce.
The foundation is
like structural data, right? So, you know, an opportunity is updated, a case is updated, all the meeting notes are linked to the right opportunity, right case, right account.
You said it right. So, is there a better place than Salesforce to contextualize conversations?
Exactly.
Processes as part of all the dynamics within an organization. So that's why we exist, and that's why we're delivering amazing value to our clients. And today we want to give you a look into the future, right? So in the spirit of this is typically to demo, right? So to go behind the scenes, look at some work in progress things, and that's why we have Mina, who leads all our product enhancements and product evolution. So I have a couple of points here. Scribe is front and center today. What's Scribe?
So Scribe started off as a botless note recorder app. So
it's a desktop app.
It's a desktop app which would help you record a conversation where you do not want a note taker into a meeting, or you do not want the video recorder. You just want the notes and transcription.
You think people have heard about granola? Right? So if you heard about granola, it's like granola, but that feeds your Salesforce rather than the granola database. So, and put things in the context of your company and your organization dynamics rather than the granola database.
Yeah.
Taking that concept, we worked on it, right? So botless, not joining, transcribing everything, assigning users and speakers, mapping them in Salesforce. And then what our clients started to ask is, well, can I have a bit more of an experience within the app?
Yes.
Can I use Scribe for more things? Can I have more information that, at hand on my desktop that works
exactly
at the clip? of a bot?
So we launched Scribe some 6 months ago,
Yes.
where it became instantly very popular with all of our customers. They started using the app, but they wanted more from the application. So right now it's just letting you record or transcribe a conversation in which you would not want a note taker in, and it fills your Salesforce and it does everything for you.
It
But
updates your Salesforce automatically. Amazing. But show us.
Okay, let me
So
share my screen and then.
So we're giving you a taste of what's to come, I believe. I need to wait. There we go.
Okay.
Ooh, Zoom. Hello,
So, so this is the preview of our new Scribe app. So it has a different UI than you would see in Salesforce because it's within the desktop app. So the UI that we've gone with is slightly different, slightly simpler, slightly
Okay, interesting.
easier
So
to-
the first thing that comes out is a difference in design. So today, Scribe is actually just the column on the left. So the current
Yes.
version basically is a list of all your interactions and conversations that you've had. Typically a video call, as you see there, but it extends now into other areas of your library. You know the concept of library. Vinton saves all your conversations, stores them in your library, as well as updating the relevant records. But from a user perspective, I want to have everything in one place. So that's the vertical column on the left.
Correct.
Now you're giving us a taste of a new design here.
So the idea is that now if you're in Scribe, so you're starting your meetings from Scribe, you're recording your meetings from Scribe. So what is challenging for our users today is that they have to go to Salesforce to see that data. Again, this data is all saved in Salesforce. It is all appears in Salesforce. It's just for the end user. If they're more comfortable with an interface of a desktop app as opposed to a browser, then they can always use Scribe. So over here, you can see that we have a meeting that we've just recorded. So it's a video call. It's not a Scribe call. So Scribe now extends to video calls, in-person meetings, voice notes, Scribe. So any conversation that you have,
it's in the library.
In your Vinton library today will also surface on Scribe. So that's an additional option that we give our users to have, where if they want to just focus on their meetings, they can use Scribe. So you can see we have the overview tab, which would have the summary. So I can see the full summary over here. So this is the full summary of my call.
It's also identified a little, with a band.
This is the template that's applied.
Template applied automatically.
So you can change the template if you want to change the template, reapply it. You can do that. You can edit the summary over here if you would like to do it. And any changes that you make over here in the app, they would sync with Salesforce. So for example, if you're making any changes to the summary in the app, it would automatically be updated in the Salesforce as well. So we've made sure that, because the important part is that the Salesforce is up to date and all of the data is in Salesforce. And now also with Salesforce going in a direction of headless, we also wanted to make sure that
it's kind of a response to that, right? So as Salesforce moves to the background, the foreground, you have more flexibility to build experiences for users, and that's what we are kind of entering in that era with Scribe first. And so everything that you know about Vinton, right? The fact that it creates summaries, insights, artifacts coming directly out of conversations or voice notes or video calls, of course, that are happening that could be either scribed, just on through the desktop without the bot joining the call, or like in this example with the bot joining the call, so you have the full experience, the full recording of the video, the audio, and all of that. And then we create summary, we create follow-up email, we give some coaching indications with areas of improvement. Right.
And in Scribe, we have a bonus feature. So right now you can only see areas of improvement, but in Scribe we would also have areas of excellence. So you would have, which is not in this version of the app right now, but we're also adding areas of excellence over here. I know Luca loves them.
Oh, I love it.
So they would also.
Can I say why? Can I say why?
Yes.
So why do we have? So coaching is a topic that is very relevant for all our clients, right? So we all run teams, and we all want our teams to excel. So one thing that coaching is designed to do as a primary thing is to identify areas of improvement. That actually is evident here. So the score says, well, this call was between fair and good. So yeah, good job, but there are a couple of things that I want to point out. You need to address the budget more explicitly, and I point you to the clip of what that actually happened. You need to clarify the implementation timeline. You had an opportunity to do that during the conversation. You should, and this is the recommendation, and so forth. Now, this is all somehow focusing on the negative, but it's important because you want to go from 65 to 100, right? Now, on the flip side, when you look at it from a manager perspective, there are a lot of people across the organization, maybe including Luca here in this demo call, that do things very well. And they take your message to the market in the right way. They engage with customers in the right way. They respond to objections, and they handle negotiation exactly as you expect them to do, exactly following the mandate or whatever is in the training material. So you want to be able to also isolate those areas because they become foundational for the rest of the team to level up towards them, to be able to have an opportunity to improve by looking at real case examples. A lot of people are starting to use AI to create experiences and role playing with AI. The reality that it all starts with real life examples, right? So because there's nothing better than actually using the experience from the, and that's the very long explanation of
but that will be a part of the release as well. That's something that we worked on.
Yes.
It's just not part of the version that I have over here. It's all because it's currently in development. We're showing you what's in progress and what's coming up next.
And I think our users know very well also the highlights. So this is kind of the positive highlighted moments, the negative highlighted moments based on the keywords, the words used. So again, the massive dial score here, improvement.
Yes. So the reason why there's no negative highlighted moments because it's Luca's call, and there's nothing negative about Luca's call ever.
Who would ever question or. And then the transcript, well, what the transcript is. Again, the format here is very intuitive, very easy. You can look for things. You have all the, you can regenerate the insights based on the changes. You can edit it. You can look for, specific areas, exactly, maybe misspelling or all of that, and then regenerate.
And again, if you edit something, it sort of goes back to Salesforce and it gets edited over here. So our data source is still Salesforce. It's all in there. It's just displayed over here for the
just a reminder, if you connected now, the reason why we're showing this, you're familiar with our Vinton library. It's not just the redesign, it's a different concept because this is a self-contained app that lives on your desktop and talks and is in sync with your Salesforce.
Correct.
So it really leverages the new approach from Salesforce, the headless approach, and brings a solution that is a bit more customized to what you want to say and how you want to see it.
Exactly.
Including Field Agent.
Yes.
So Field Agent, what is Field Agent?
So Field Agent is our superstar feature. Everybody is in love with it. There's not a single customer that I talk to who does not like it. So what Field Agent does is after a conversation, there's a lot of manual work that you would want to do. You might want to update an opportunity, or if you're in service, you want to update a case.
Specific fields, right?
Exactly.
Oh, what's the close date? What are the next steps? What's the description? Is there an update? Who are the key decision makers? How many licenses are we talking about in our world? That's relevant.
All of that. And that's manual work if you have back-to-back meetings. So if you look at Luca's calendar, he's booked from 9 up until 5. So he never has the time to actually go to Salesforce and update it. So either he needs an assistant who does that, or Field Agent.
Vinton was already doing a good job because it was actually bringing that information where it matters, right? So it brings it into the record. But the original version of Vinton, up until a couple of months ago, it is self-contained in the component we call the player and the recorder that sits on the record page, right? So you always have the chronology of all the conversations with that particular client in that particular account relating to that particular opportunity or case. Now, this is actually taken to a new step because it takes the information. It looks for specific rules that relate back to fields. There's a field here called need. There's a close date field. There's a description field. There's a next steps field. Number of licenses if they've been discussed, and then some other information about is the people in the call with the right authority. Are the people in the call with the right authority to take a decision? It proposes a stage. So all of these are now presented by Field Agent as quick updates.
This is all automatic, by the way. So you have had a call with this opportunity. Vinton automatically linked the call to the opportunity and then gave you these recommendations based on the conversation that you had. So, for example, over here, you can see the need field, and it says that this was the need for which why Acme reached out to you. Now you can, after a call, there are two options for you. Either you can have review before update, which means that you as an end user is the human in the loop, and you're going to review all of the changes that go into Salesforce before it's updated. For example, in this opportunity,
we just had a link. I'm laughing because we just had a debate with Catherine, which resulted in a new LinkedIn post based on a conversation that we had with Francis Pinder last week. And he mentioned that people, and as a matter of fact, our solution as well is more agent in the loop than human in the loop. It's still, human driven, right? So people have conversations, people form ideas, people, are responsible for this type of dynamics. It's just that the agent is helping you out. It's preparing things. And you, with an agent in the loop, are responsible for these updates, and you can go through all of them, approve and update.
Yes, absolutely. And I think the best part about it is that you are owner of the prompt architecture in your org. You decide what gets filled in what field. So the whole prompt architecture that we've built for Vinton, whether it's processing the calls, generating summary, highlights, coaching, or updating fields, you as the owner of the org have full flexibility on developing that with us. So it's not one recipe that we have for every customer. It's something that we build with everyone based on their use cases.
Yes, but this is not about field agent. Today is about, look at where field agent is. You lost track for it for a second because we went deep into field agent, but we are in Scribe. So again, that concept of, kind of being a lot more flexible in the way that we design how people interact with the content and edit, adjust, approve, like in this case, all the approval and all the information is actually in Salesforce where it matters, where it will be structured, where it lives alongside all the transcript and all the information that is already in the records, so that when Agentforce comes and knocks on the door and says, hey, what's going on with this opportunity, the information will be there. And that's, what's crucial about the relationship that we're establishing. We're basically layering a user experience on top of everything that we do, bringing as much information as possible into the experience so that people can interact with it and learn from it. So I'm looking at my design interface. So the whole concept and the whole architecture is actually extending then beyond just Scribe, and it will go into the mobile app as well, right? So that's another idea. A lot of people are on the go. People have mixed opinions, to say the least, about the Salesforce app, mobile app. And so we've created something similar, and you'll see it coming in the next LinkedIn Lives. We'll present it, where we're bringing more information. We're exposing more data directly inside the mobile app. And that, again, enabling our users to have an end-to-end experience, what's happening, what happened in my previous call with this particular client, what should I be prepared for going into this conversation. Then I go into the conversation, I transcribe it with my phone. Hey, do you mind? I'm very bad at taking notes. Okay, let's record it. And then out of that comes more intelligence, more data, all mapped, again, back into the right records, and within the records, the right the fields with field agent, right?
Yeah.
What's in the future?
I mean, this is just the beginning of what we're building. So this is the first step, is making sure everything that you have on Salesforce in the Vinton tab.
Can I interact with it a little? I know you've created this, so you can go bigger, you can go smaller.
You can go to Salesforce.
When you scroll, you can kind of scroll here. And it's a bit more.
You can directly open the opportunity. So if you want to go to the opportunity in Salesforce, you can click on that icon.
This guy here, and it goes directly to Salesforce. What can we do? I mean, I can see. Oh, that's important. So Field Agent, also from a Scribe app, will update the fields, but will be context aware. So we'll be aware of what's already in each field, and we'll use that intelligence according to the rules, and alongside the new information that comes from the new transcript, the new conversation, to build and update that is contextualized. This is different from everything else that we've seen before. Most of the solutions that drop something in your Salesforce, they will overwrite, or they will start something from scratch. Whereas that's not how people operate. That's not how these type of updates should be handled, because if I had 10 conversations with a client, it's not that the last conversation, the 11th, is actually more important or all that I need to know about this client.
Correct.
All the other ones are as relevant.
Yeah. So we're Salesforce first always, and then all of the other systems, Mobile, Scribe, our Vinton library in Salesforce is built on top of it. So our data is basically in Salesforce. It's saved in Salesforce, so it's end-to-end compliant. Yep. We don't save any of it in our databases. It's all in Salesforce the way you want it saved.
And talking about Salesforce, you can see here, right? So you can open in Salesforce, you can edit, obviously, but you can also link to other Salesforce records. And this is very important because sometimes you want to connect, new contacts that participated into the conversation that were not there, and this is, very intuitive, again, interface. We have a bit more flexibility when it comes to operating an interface inside our own desktop app. That actually desktop app, looking into the future, will be enriched with calendar integration as well. So that syncing with your calendar makes it also, even easier to close the links between the different participants, when it happened, who was in the call, what is this related to. All of that ties very nicely back to Salesforce.
So we're working on pre-call as well. So we've done a lot of work in post-call, which is meeting insights, summary, follow-up email generated, field agent updating fields, and then we're building Vecna. We can talk about it in a bit, but now we're also focusing on pre-meeting. So before you go into the meeting, what are the things that you want to know? You want to be able to have a calendar view where you can go and see, okay, I have 4 meetings today. Let me go to each and see which account it's linked to, which opportunity it's linked to, what are the previous conversations that I've had. So you have a sort of summary of everything that you've had with that account or opportunity or a context of previous conversation before you join this meeting.
Yeah, this is like a dream scenario, right? The concept here is, starts with the realization that conversations make Salesforce smarter. And then in turn, through Vinton, you can actually use how smart your Salesforce now is to interrogate it about, hey, what should I be aware of as I walk into this meeting? And that will be, post, you can have a holistic view across, all your team, all your previous interaction with this particular client or this particular opportunity, and really get a sense. And that is Project Vecna, as we call it. It's a vector, so that's why the Vecna vector. It's a play on the words. This is the big thing that we will launch at Dreamforce. So don't miss out. Come and knock on our booth. We'll be on the campground, the main area, with a big orange booth. So come see us, because we will have this fully launched. And we will have some new stuff in it, right? So you want to talk briefly about it?
Yeah. So imagine a world where before you go into a meeting, what account, where the account is, where the opportunity is, and a summary of all the conversation that you've had. So you would have a calendar view within Scribe, which would you would be able to ask questions about, okay, give me a summary of last 2 calls that I've had. What should I prepare for? Is there anything that I should be aware of? So all of the questions that you sort of ask yourself and go back into different places to see, we will all put it in one place. So you have your calendar here, and then meetings that you have on your calendar, which accounts and opportunities those meetings are linked with, which calls those you've had with them before, what you should be aware of, all of that in one place. So that's a pre-call.
So this is so obvious when you think about the concept of adding a bit of a layer of intelligent interface in front of your Salesforce. Now Salesforce is enriched with all your data from all conversations, from all voice notes, from all phone calls. Everything is in Salesforce, and it's in the right context. And furthermore, we've structured the insights and the updates to reflect exactly what you want to see and how you want information to be extracted from all those conversations. Now, that becomes the foundational data to respond to questions like the ones that Mina was asking as you go into a meeting. As you come to the end of the week, you're a manager, you want to look into, hey, what's the market condition that my team is facing? What are, the top 3 objections that we're facing? How are we handling this particular launch of a product, right? So all of that will be an intelligence piece that will tap into the memory layer that you've created.
So many use cases, like after a call, for example, after a call has happened. So Ask Vinton is one of our popular features, right? But it's limited to just one conversation at the time. Now we're taking it to another level where it's now you can ask about all of the conversations that you've had as a user or as a team member, or as an admin, all the conversation that your team has had. So that's one thing. It could be as simple as summarize my team's activity.
We all, we all use Claude or a GPT of sorts, right? So you open this very nice, clean interface. You have a big chat area, and you ask questions.
Yeah.
Imagine asking questions to a GPT that is fully informed about all the dynamics of all the conversations, and actually focusing on those, meaning the information that you'll get back is a lot more structured and consistent, because it's not just tapping into the vast knowledge of an AI. It's really just with boundaries around it, which is the work that we are doing.
Yes. Also, the most important part is that you can have a transcript for any you can have a transcript from Teams, Google, and put it to Claude and ask questions about it. But then you would not have that context of which opportunity it's linked to, what is the stage of the opportunity, what are the field values in the opportunity, what account it is, so all of that. So where Vinton comes in is not just the conversation that you've had, is the context of the system that you work in, your Salesforce, which makes it incredibly valuable as an end user to know, okay, this is the opportunity that I'm working on, this is the stage that it's on, and based on that stage, this is a follow-up email that makes more sense for me to send,
And then the word is your oyster, right? So then think about weekly digest notifications, right? So I subscribe to receiving information about things that are relevant for me in my role, in my job, in my managerial leadership role as well. Having a holistic view.
Yes, and imagine that it's Monday. You come into work and you have the upcoming meetings. We have details into your calendar. You can just be like, plan my week based on all the conversation that you have, all the meetings that I have in the future, opportunities that are open and linked to it. So you can actually plan your week based on open opportunities, accounts you're dealing with, calendar meetings, all of that, so it's not just looking at the past, it's also planning the week for you.
I can't wait actually for that to be, because that will make my life easier, and that of all our clients and all the people that are using Salesforce. I'm keeping an eye to see if there are questions. I don't see any coming through at the moment, so we've answered all your questions. Fantastic with the new Scribe. Just now, to part ways, and as we're at time, big evolution for us as we fully leverage the ability now to tap into Salesforce from the perspective of Scribe. In this case, building an interface that is relevant for you, then expect a calendar integration to again fully contextualize it. Salesforce remains the background database that organizes the information and structures it and presents it and gets it ready for AI, for any AI big ambitious projects there. Imagine this also translated to a mobile app. So a very similar experience built on a mobile app where I see I see my team. I can ask questions about deep into an opportunity, deep into a record, or broad across and geography across a team and all of that. So that's the evolution of this. It starts with an interface redesign, which we're very proud of. It's very clean. It's very modern. And we'll be soon with you. So, hang around for another, month or so, and or come and see us at Dreamforce. Once again, we renew the invitation to come and talk to us at the booth.
Orange is the color that you need to
look out for the big orange booth. that will be us. We'll be there welcoming you. We have prize draw.
Oh yeah.
Should we say we're giving away a laptop? We're giving away AirPods. We're giving bags and pins and postcards and candies. Yeah, we'll have all sorts. Just come and say hello and be amazed by the innovation. Okay. With that said, thank you very much for being with us. We are, there we go. We're full screen. So we're ready to say goodbye. We're over time.
Thank you so much.
It's time. Yeah, definitely. Thank you if you watched up until this moment. I really appreciate you. And hopefully get in touch if you want to learn more, have a personalized demo, maybe start a journey with Vinton. Thank you.